Welcome everyone, thank you very much for my podcast 3. And I've got Jack. Obviously we've just done the pre-match Hoffenheim game, and really it's just a post-match analysis, and we'll talk a bit obviously on the Reds in general as well. But the key point we're going to be doing is the analysis of obviously Watford. Me and you went to pub, lad, and
it was a shambles.
It was a mixed bag, wasn't it? It was absolute mixed bag. And really the big thing coming out of Saturday's game was the thing that's been happening last season, and it's crept into this season, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was like leading up to the game, everyone, all the fans were enthusiastic, everyone was looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It was like the talk of the weekend, and it was just a bit of a letdown.
Yeah, I had a feeling it would maybe plan that out that way, but it's just the way in which the whole game happened. You've got your key points, and the key point in this podcast really is the defensive issues, which seem to be the same as last year.
It was like every time they got on the break, you just thought, oh, here we go again. Could be a goal.
Yeah, I talked a bit about on the post-match analysis, but me and Jack, we're going to be talking a lot more in depth today, but it was Okaka.
We made him look unbelievable. We made him look world class. We made them look good. Yeah. We made it look like they were a really dangerous team, and in reality it weren't. We just couldn't defend.
Yeah. Which is absolutely scary if you're going up against the big boys this season. Yeah, it's the whole thing. Last season we played very well against the big boys, but if that defending creeps into the big games, then you really get punished even more.
Yeah, you're going to concede.
Yeah, it's Okaka. I've never seen Lovren, or any defender for that matter, in a Liverpool shirt get bullied as much as he did in that game.
He looked so weak.
Yeah,
it was he didn't know where he was. He didn't know what was happening. He was just running around.
We were sat there in the pub, and there was probably a lot of yous watched the match, being like, "Come on, lads, at least give him a challenge." I thought it would have been better Joe defending in front of him, stopping his supply line, and maybe stopping get goal side of him. Basic defending, really, innit? It was, and even Matip's not exempt from this. Both of them really did have a poor game, and Trent. But I think it's those two mainly in particular in that match. Moreno, and Trent, but those two are the main two centre-backs. And Mignolet can come into that, but I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
It looked like there was no communication.
Yeah.
It looked as if you could, there was a massive line in between the right side and the left side of the pitch. We used to have Trent and Matip, and then Lovren and Moreno. It wasn't a back line, it was like a back two, and then a massive gap through the middle. Yeah. It was just never working, because if one went, the other one wouldn't sit, the other one would push as well. So you'd have a mix of a line. It's at schoolboy defending, everyone's connected by a rope effectively. Yeah. If one goes, the other one pulls in. There was none of that.
I think that's the key thing, like I said on post match, and you as well. A lot of people have been saying there's no leader in that defence.
No, not at all.
And when me and you have talked, and a lot of Liverpool fans in general have talked about, and Carra, and we've seen Carra and Redknapp having a heated debate on live television. I think there's two sides to both of the arguments. Carra was saying, if you bring Van Dijk or any decent, very much centre-back in, he's not going to be the whole premise of, he's not going to improve the squad.
He's not going to change it from going from an absolute shambles as it is at the moment to being a world-class defence. Because it's never going to work like that. Yeah. But even the communication, just having someone who will effectively lead it. Yeah. And just say, no, you go there. If I go here, you sit. Basically dragging them around the pitch.
Yeah, I get it.
And even with Mignolet, you look at other teams, big teams, the keeper can see the whole pitch.
He's screaming
where he wants them to be. Because at the end, they're his defence.
I think that's what we need a lot more of for Mignolet doing. Because if you got your goalie, and Mignolet more or less sometimes the majority of it stays on his line. I think that's the thing of Mignolet himself. Sometimes he punches, but he's not very decisive in his final decision making, really, is he?
The thing that summed it up was on Saturday was, I think it would have been around the 75th, 80th minute. Yeah. Lovren went for a header, and Mignolet shouted down his ear, "Leave it."
Oh yeah,
and he's nearly ended up on top of him.
It's literally just points and that. It's you're like, come on, just. I shouted in the pub, keepers. Yeah. And then Mignolet's gone. Lovren, is literally, he's gone in the way. And if you're Mignolet, you're like, just get out the way. Yeah. Get out the way, lad. Let me do. he needs to develop that. Mignolet just, I think, especially with German keepers, I think Karius does that. When he first come in, he literally was taking out the defenders.
Like you look at Peter Schmeichel years ago.
Oh yeah.
He if your defender got in his way, he'd rip the head off.
Yeah.
Literally in front of everyone.
Yeah.
He'd have no messing about.
But it was going forwards. That's not the issue, innit? Like our attacking defense. But I was going to say our defensive side of the game was good. Our attack and play within that game. Everyone watched that match. We've not got a problem at all. Mane, Salah, even for his very first debut, played amazing. Like for me, like obviously he's got the ghost off his back. Chelsea reject. Yeah. He's not going to do it in the Premier League. But that first game, he very much showed he's going to be a threat. With Sadio Mane, that's mouthwatering in itself, and we've seen that in full flow on Saturday. What impressed you really about that front three?
I like the fact that there was movement where there could be. Yeah. Yes, the attack didn't look fluent throughout the whole game, but for that 15-20 minutes after we came out after half time, we looked unreal. We looked insane. It was nice fluent passing, nice breaks. We were creating chances. Yeah. But in the first half, it was like everyone was nervous. Everyone was scared of making a mistake. Yeah. So they'd just be sitting deeper. They'd be not willing to throw men forward. Yeah. And then whatever Klopp said at half time, it worked.
It's like when you've got that forward three, I think what we were lacking in that first half was, but the very first goal Mane scored, that was like our first shot in the whole game. It come from the little tiki-taka play in between where probably Phil or Adam would be drifting like outside the box. And as soon as that, like, it clicked and we got through and we scored.
On that goal though, last season we wouldn't have scored that. And the only reason I'm saying that is because we had to break down teams. Yeah. And even though Watford wasn't necessarily breaking down all game, that goal we scored, it was 3 or 4 passes in between about 6 or 7 players. Yeah. It was well worked and we broke their defensive line straight to the middle of them. Yeah. And it worked. And the fact, as you say, Moreno was there. Moreno actually done something good for once. Yeah, no, but I think the Milner debate playing him left back, you wouldn't see Milner like literally bombing on. Because he can't get back. Yeah, he'd be there, but in that position from last season. But he wouldn't be, obviously, Albi with his pace. He gives that option in behind. Because if you're a right back, you're more worried about Moreno going past you than you are if Milner played. If you think, because you know Moreno's got the pace to go in behind. Yeah. So I think their right back, whoever, if it was Janmat or whatever, it'd be a lot more focused on Moreno, which he was. And Moreno's like, he tiki-taka'd with whoever was there, and then Chan got the ball. And I think their right back, Janmat, was too scared to actually go towards the ball, which I think he might have, but like then... It was Kiko, wasn't it? Yeah. Because Janmat got brought off, but I just said, Chan. I think the fact that Moreno was out there, it created a little tiny bit more space. Yeah. If that space was a yard or two, it was enough to work a chance. Yeah, for that chance to get that ball through. Yeah. But obviously, Mane, what a goal anyway. He's going to be doing a lot more of that this season. Second game back from injury. Yeah. Before that game, he'd had 40 minutes, was it? Yeah, something mad. In pre-season. He's done. But what else stood out for you in that game? Set pieces. Set pieces, yeah. The biggest thing. Yeah, like, for me, it's a frustration for me, you, every single Liverpool fan. Obviously, we just talked about the attacking threat, really, which was good. I really want us to talk about the defensive side of this game because it cannot be ignored. Lucky enough, we're 1 game into the season, and hopefully it's not going to carry on for the rest of it. And it was Watford. Yeah, Watford. If that was a big team like City, City, United, Tottenham, you've seen how well United and Tottenham played yesterday. Yeah. If that's against them, they're scoring more goals. Not just from set pieces, they're going to be scoring more. And on the opening day, you want to win, ideally. Yeah. It wouldn't be nice coming up against a big team and getting beat on the first day. The frustration for me when I was watching that, and probably you and every single one of us listening, what's Klopp been doing on that training pitch for the whole of summer? Like, surely he's got his defensive coaches and they've been working on the back line. Just basic. Like, but the thing I don't like about Jurgen Klopp's tactics sometimes is his set piece marking, obviously on goal. Zonal. It's zonal. I don't. If I was a manager, I don't know what. Would you be zonal? I'd have man marker. I'd be a man marker. There's pros and cons, like as managers would say on both. I don't like the way players are on the posts. Yeah. Like growing up playing footy, one of the things when you got when you were defending a corner, it was always your left back on the front post, your right back on the back post,
Yeah.
and the vice versa. It was always that, because they can cover a yard or two that the keeper might not be able to reach.
Yeah.
It just gives the keeper more chance, because Akaka's first goal, or Akaka's header, so to say, off the corner, that was on the post. It just hit Mignolet in the chest, yeah. But Mignolet had to still have to move for it.
Yeah.
It just made his work harder.
And the thing, if I was a manager, I'm not. I'm doing YouTube with you. Yeah, I might be completely wrong. That's why I'm not a manager. But if I was a manager, I'd be like, don't put your attacking players, or only in the exception of them being big lads. But why is Bobby in that forward post? The most important post. Hence, Okaka just let him. He just ran off him and scored in that first goal. I would not have forward players or players with no height in that position, because that front post area that could lead to so many goals. You'd either get a forward attacking the ball, which Okaka did, or a flick on leading on to another attempted goal.
If I was going to use my small players and big players would be on the like big on big,
Yeah.
as it always was. And then you have your little players, like for instance, like Salah.
Yeah.
You have him 6 yards away from the park, where YNWA was doing on their third goal.
Yeah.
6 yards from the park. If that ball comes in low, he's there to just hoof it away.
Yeah.
Just clear it away, rather than, because YNWA's only 5'9".
Yeah.
He got drawn in, and he ends up losing a challenge for the ball.
Is that for the third goal? Yeah.
Yeah. If he's a few yards forward, no one's challenging him. He's just kicking that ball away.
Yeah.
It just makes life so much easier.
Yeah.
And if you lead, like, it's on free kicks as well. It's like, I'll never understand why you have, like, all your strikers back and no one up. Because if you have someone up, it means they need two.
That's the thing that I've missed us from doing. Like, I think we'd benefit a lot more if we left players up front. But I think it's Jurgen. He looks at this team and he knows himself. It's like, this team can't defend. So what? Let's see. We'll put more players in the box. But that even confuses everyone else. I think the less players you got in the box, the more better defending
because you can see
we could be.
You can see who's got it.
Yeah. But for me and you, we'd be man marking. Let us know. Would you like Jurgen Klopp playing zonal marking, or would you rather see him do man to man on set pieces? It's a debate which hopefully that doesn't rumble on. But obviously I've got here. Obviously, if you haven't seen it, I'll leave the link in down below so you can read the full extent. Jurgen obviously has admitted solving the defensive issues is a very big priority, and signings won't instantly cure the defence. But he's actually went back on stuff he said last week, in which he said, "Well, me defence, me two centre backs, and me obviously Joe Gomez and Clavan are very good centre backs." But I think Saturday, I'm happy it's happened, but I'd rather us get 3 points. But it's a big slap in the face to Jurgen Klopp to say, really, this defence is not good enough.
I'm surprised he has come out, because since he's come in, he seemed as if he's very stubborn. Like, he won't change his ways. Like, this is how we play football, this is how he will play football. Yeah. And you must play football this way. But I'm glad he's come out and went against his own words.
Yeah.
And basically, yeah, fair enough. We need the defending on Saturday wasn't good enough. We need improving.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised he has come out and done it.
I love Klopp for what he likes. He's an absolutely amazing manager, but sometimes even substitutions, people were questioning substitutions on Saturday. They really interrupted the last 10-15 minutes of the game.
I didn't understand bringing on Gomez, because Trent had played unbelievable. That second half, he was incredible, should I say.
I understand, like you mentioned before we come on, the height difference,
yeah.
But still, you're interrupting that back line when it doesn't need interrupting.
Why?
Even with the forward players, you're taking the forward players off. And when it got to 3-3, you're like, maybe if you want to snatch a third goal, yeah, it was late on anyway, but you got that option, really, because if you're the defending team, I mean, obviously Watford would have been made up if you're taking, if it was like Bobby or whoever we took off. That's letting them more space in. Like, they're like, oh, go ahead, we're a lot more relaxed now and we're focused more on the attacking side of the game. But I think if we didn't make those forward attacking subs anyway, would have been a lot. Watford would have been a lot more interested in staying back, and it would have been a lot less. the incentive would have been less on their attacking play. I don't know.
That was the thing you seen with Salah. He brought off the pace.
Yeah.
He brought off Salah. Just Salah's name for a defender's scary enough to think, actually, I've got to get a few yards in him, and it'll bring everyone back a few yards.
Yeah.
But if you take the pace off, what have you got? Because it just pushes them forward.
Yeah. It's a frustrating thing, really. So set pieces. Let me and Jack know on the comment section what really frustrated you in that match. Really, obviously, as we mentioned. Have you got anything else written down or?
Salah's debut.
Salah's debut. Yeah. I was made up, as we mentioned at the beginning, but you've got Mane and Salah there. They will frighten the defenders.
It's only going to get better.
Yeah. Have you got him in your fantasy football?
I don't have Salah. Got Mane.
Yeah, Mane. I lucky enough I had Firmino, Salah and Mane. So if you haven't joined our fantasy football team, we'll leave the code down below. Obviously the Premier League. Excuse me, everyone. That's a subscriber league, so everyone join that. But it's going into the Crystal Palace game. That is a question in hopefully history doesn't repeat itself. Benteke come to Anfield last season and he done exactly the same set piece goals, and hopefully he doesn't get a double like he did last season, because if that happens, I tell you what, everyone will be, us as fans and everyone listening will not take that from Jurgen, especially from what we seen last week.
I think fans getting sick of it now as well, because it's not like it's been a month or two in games where we've been the defence a bit shaky. It's been a good season and a half, 18 months at least.
Yeah.
Where we can't rely on our defenders. We signed Matip on a free, an unbelievable signing. Yeah. And he played very well. But one man can't carry.
Yeah, even Matip did have a shocker against Watford. But we can't be relying on, as you just said then, relying on Matip to have a good game every single game of the season. Yeah, Matip's not going to have the amazing games every season, but it's up to the other centre-back partner or even the right-back and left-back to step in and step up their game and really cover, really. And you're looking to them. But when Lovren, he's not had the back end of last season, and there's been questions over him from all of us and as fans every single season. Is he good enough? Some would say no, he isn't. And he provided that lovely through ball when we scored our goal. But I just look at him.
It's like you say that though, but we pinpointed it when we were watching it. The only player in the whole team that was willing to pass forward every time he got the ball was Matip. Yeah. And he was constantly getting the ball on the halfway line and drilling one into Firmino's feet or transfer us further forward. Even
the midfielders, we haven't even questioned on what we're on. The midfield, as you were saying, then with Matip was having to put that ball in. He was doing some slack balls forward, but at least he had the bottle to actually pass them into the forward line. But I'll quickly touch on the midfield as well. Sideways and backwards passing was very evident.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, we sat there in the pub and you're like, come on, just do something. Someone get the ball. And there was that one chance when Emre got the ball and he literally galloped forward. Yeah. You're like, where's that been all game? He's got that potential to actually drive forward.
He's got the build for it.
Yeah.
Because he is strong and he can run through. And when he gets his speed up,
there's no one stopping him.
him. But it's just making sure that we do want to drive forward. I'd rather see someone try and play a ball into the centre forward's feet on the edge of the box and get intercepted than keep going back to the keeper, back to the centre back, back to the keeper again.
Yeah.
Mainly kick the ball out when there was no one near.
Oh yeah, and it was his distribution was terrible all game and everyone was like, oh, what's he doing? But as a team, apart from obviously the forward three, the whole team played terrible. Yeah. Obviously not Trent, he didn't play too bad, but he was perceptible and he should have just literally cleared that in the stands. As you said when we were watching it, as a kid you learn never to pass it, never pass it across goal.
Just hoof it.
But obviously he's still nearly a kid anyway. He's close to being a kid. But it's frustrating times. But hopefully, I'd love Emre Can to actually start doing that a lot more. Obviously, those midfielders were looking at each other on Saturday, going, right, you do something, you do something, you do something.
No one had the balls.
Yeah, no one had the balls to actually take the. You're looking like as Gerrard used to do in the past. There was always someone on that pitch that grab the game by the scruff of the neck and
Suarez was the best player.
yeah, take it. They'd be like nothing would be happening in the game, but something it would click. But our forward line, we were all waiting for something to happen.
I think we were trying to score the perfect goal as well. Sometimes it's like you'd be trying to pass, you get to the edge of the box, and you'd have a chance to shoot, but instead you pass it around, go out wide, bring it back in, bring it back out wide again.
Yeah,
It was like little things, just test to keep it. It must have been, I think Mane's goal was our first shot all game.
yeah, it was.
And yeah, it works, but we scored. But at the end of the day, you need to be testing the keeper in the early doors, see what he's like.
I want us to start shooting, as you just said. I'd love nothing better than just have some pops outside the box.
There's so many outcomes. You either get a deflection,
Yeah.
you can get a handball, you can score, the keeper saves it, it drops to a striker,
Or goes off the
or
corner.
goes off for the corner. Or you put it wide.
Yeah. But as was it their third goal? Yeah, it was offside, but still you got to defend it.
Yeah.
Even if the referee doesn't blow up for an offside, a lot of people are going off. It's offside, and we were fuming in the pub, and we're like, oh, it's frustrating, but still, you still got to defend.
Yeah.
It's basic defending, and really it's.
If you're gonna defend like that,
Yeah.
you deserve to concede goals.
Yeah, and even on the third goal when Mignolet parried it, as we were saying, don't know what you think. Let us know. Should Mignolet have saved it, Joe? Prior to the save that led to the third goal, Mignolet for me and you, he should have saved it or caught it.
He looked shaky for most of the game.
Yeah, but I think that stems from like during the defence. He's probably like, right, this defence, like the two centre backs are having a shock of this game, but it comes back. But that could be on the flip side as well. Confidence breeds confidence through that defence, and if you got an unsteady goalie, obviously, or two centre backs that are having a shocker, it's not going to fill you with a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you got a very confident, unformed goalie or unformed two centre backs or whatever, but too many players in that match had absolute shockers. Like, that's the whole point. Like, none do it.
They tried to be too safe.
Yeah,
Like they were like even going forward and defending. It's like they were scared. As I said earlier, they were scared of making a mistake.
yeah,
So it was like it was making them play safe, but it's easy to play possession. It's easy to keep passing the ball around, but there's no point in. You're not going to win a game if you just keep passing the ball around.
yeah. So, right, going into the Palace game then, what do you think? Obviously, it's obvious what we should be improving, but what do you think, really, from your opinion, do you reckon we should really look forward to doing on?
Going forward, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Defensively, shaky. Just needs someone to grab hold of it. I don't care whether it's Matip or Lovren. They just go, look, fresh slate, let's go, new game,
At home.
at home. Let's give the fans something to cheer about, and let's just put everything on the line.
Yeah.
Block everything, throw your body in the way of it.
Would
That's
you-
what get the fans going.
Yeah. Would you change anything in the midfield? Obviously, we've seen Gini didn't have the best game. There was a lot of fans obviously weren't unhappy, and like it was just so quiet.
I wouldn't mind seeing. I don't normally like Chan and Henderson together
Yeah.
because they're too similar.
Yeah.
So if I was going to drop anyone, I would because Gini's proved he is fairly consistent.
Yeah.
I'd probably drop Chan, bring Wijnaldum back, bring Firmino back, and first line up front. See what he can do.
Yeah. I think, especially with your Palace, they very much will do what they done last season. They sat behind the ball, but they punished us when we switched off. And very much Palace are a team that will punish you, and you've got that threat on the attack, on the counter-attacking as well, so they very much will sit in. I think they've went to a three at the back, obviously with their new manager, but if they do three at the back, very much we will
need
play
to
our
exploit
need.
it.
The wing players, as you said, will be very pivotal to that, but I can't wait. I'm going the match. Obviously, you're going. So, hopefully, it should be a boss one anyway, but score predictions for that, obviously, the Palace game then is
2-1. 2-1 us.
2-1. I'm going for a 3-1. But, and just really to conclude, really, as Jurgen Klopp said, then the defence needs sorting. He said it's not a case of obviously bringing one player, then everything gets sorted, but Virgil van Dijk is the whole big talking point. But is there anyone out there really that you'd like to see that maybe a Virgil van Dijk potential replacement?
I think he's the only realistic one out there.
Yeah,
Like there's no one else really being linked to it.
for the price and quality.
For
like,
the price and quality, you've got Van Dijk all day.
Yeah, I think we've had a look. I think on touch on another rumour today. Siri, Jody Nice, midfielder.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about literally coming out today in the journalists and press. We're potentially looking at him. He's very much a replacement, apparently. Looking of obviously Naby. But have you seen him play? Or
I've seen him in a few games. He is just a box to box. He does remind me of Naby Keita.
Yeah, like a couple of you mentioned that in the comments, but I haven't seen him play. But if he is very much in that mould, it would say to you, right, really. And quickly touching on that midfield, the forward passing was very evident that it wasn't there. It was very much sideways passing. But if he's a player, City, that is a City.
City or
City.
It's something like that anyway.
Sorry, iPhone, we're not promoting you. Siri, go and attack. But if he's a player of that mould that actually gets forward, that'd be very good. But yeah, it's frustrating time. Recapping on the Watford match, just hopefully we learned our lesson, and obviously we hopefully going into this new season, exciting season. There's a lot more less of that, and obviously the attack and play we've so good. There's good points to come out of that Watford game, as we said at the beginning of the podcast. But I can't wait for the Palace game. Thank you very much, Jack, for coming on. Again, hopefully you enjoyed both of our shows today. I've captured him. We've done 2 shows, but nice one, lads, for coming on. And Jack will be very much coming back on soon. Hopefully you've enjoyed the podcast, everyone. And as always, subscribe if you like these podcasts and check out the channel as well. Smash the like button, you're very much appreciated if you like these style of videos. As always, come out every Monday and maybe a possible Thursday or Friday with another one. But thank you, lads, for coming on, and we'll look forward to the Hoffenheim game as well. Should be good. Up to the heads, as always, everyone, and thank you very much, everyone, for listening.
Ta-da.
Hey.